tell me when we're
We're rolling.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Millville Spreadsatura Kitchen in the Millville Food and Energy Hub. We're here at 112 East Sherman Street. We're here to show you how to make an economical, delicious meal for you and your family using some of the things that you got in your Farmers to Families food box in Millville. Ready? So all of you guys received potatoes, carrots, tomatoes, and we're gonna add some chicken to the mix and show you how to easily make a delicious and economical meal for your family. So first I want to show you, before we get to the produce, this chicken. So I just picked this up at Giant Eagle so you could see, if you're a regular consumer, this price is only $1.99 a pound. If you buy boneless, skinless chicken breast, you're looking at $4.99 to $6.99 a pound, depending on how that's looking for you. So this is an economical package. There are 8 chicken legs in here, and I paid $5.89 for this, so this is less than $1 per leg. So first thing is, we're gonna dress the chicken in a marinade because we need to let that sit while we prepare the vegetables. When you prepare chicken, something really important is to know that chicken can be hazardous to your health if it's undercooked or if it contaminates raw fruits and vegetables or things that you're going to eat right now, because it can contain salmonella. So we're going to dress it right here on this sheet pan that we're going to use. Notice that Mike lined this sheet pan with foil. That's to keep you from having to scrub pans all the time. It's really easy. We're going to take our chicken legs out, leave them on this pan for a sec, and immediately discard the chicken stuff. Now, if you have gloves, because we are living in a time of COVID, it's a great idea to wear them. I'm not wearing them right now, but I'm going to scrub up once I'm done with this chicken. We're going to, actually I'll scrub up now, just for now. So we're done, because we're going to touch some other things. We're going to make a marinade. What is a marinade? A marinade is something that seasons and flavors meat or other vegetables before you grill it or cook it. So it's kind of like a seasoning solution. So in this case, we're going to use some oil. So here we've measured out about a cup, and we're going to add to it a big, a little tiny ball of brown sugar. And we're going to add to it some black pepper. If you don't have this kind, just use the kind that comes in the salt and pepper shaker. Do a bunch, probably the equivalent of a teaspoon. This stuff is awesome. I bought it for $1. You can get it at Family Dollar. Just throw a bunch of that. So we're going to season our meat, flavor it. The other thing that marinades really need, in addition to sugar, is they need salt. So in this case, we're going to use some Kikkoman soy sauce. Again, something you can just pick right up at the store. We're going to give it a big thing until we get to now 1 1/4. Okay? Now, we're also going to add some garlic and some salt. Salt. Here's our garlic. So you want to buy garlic that's nice and firm. When you touch it, it should not be smushy. There shouldn't be anything black, and there definitely shouldn't be anything green growing out of here. It means it's already ready to go into the ground. So this is a nice little piece of garlic, and we're going to smash it with the back end of our knife, and it jumps right out of its paper. Good garlic is a little bit sticky, right, like this one. And we're going to go ahead and chop it right up and throw it right in this marinade. Okay? So we need this sugar to dissolve and the salt to dissolve. So we're going to whisk it all up. And then, you might want to think, well, how am I going to marinate this chicken? You can start to see what that looks like. Kind of starts to look a little bit like salad dressing, which we're going to make some salad dressing that will be quite similar to this. So we're getting this sugar all dissolved, And we're going to do something really simple. Again, thinking about you guys at home. We're going to put the chicken in a Ziploc bag. We're going to pour this marinade over it and put it right in the fridge. So you never want to leave meat sitting out on the counter. It's bad, bad, bad. Always want to keep it refrigerated. And with chicken, the best place to store chicken is towards the bottom of your refrigerator, in a container or wrapped up in plastic like that package I just threw out. Okay, this is looking pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and take these chicken legs, just put them right in this, Ziploc bag, again, that you can get at the dollar store. No big whoop. Nothing special here about the Ziploc bag. Usually you can fit about 10 chicken legs in a 1 gallon bag. Here we have 8. We're gonna throw this right in. And we're gonna go ahead and take some of the air out of the bag and massage this chicken. Okay, so we're getting it all in there. Now you'll see these chicken legs, because of the way they're butchered, they've cut it off, so some of the skin's exposed, and some of it is not. Some of the meat's exposed, some of the skin's still there. So you just want to keep it going. And then we're going to let it rest like this in the fridge. Bye-bye chicken. Meantime, we're going to get our vegetables all prepped up. So here, we know that you guys got a potato, and in the world of potatoes, there are many different kinds of potatoes. So here's some potatoes that we use here in the kitchen. This is really a pretty typical baked potato. This is kind of the one that you got, right? It's pretty big, pretty big. This is a more of a golden waxy, and if you touch it, it's got a lot more moisture in it. It's great for mashed potatoes. These are called fingerling potatoes. Awesome. Great for potato salad. We use them all the time. And these are like for potato salad, also a form of fingerling, because they have color and they're pretty and they're easy to roast. So because your potato is so big, Mike went ahead and he cut your potato into these fries basically. And we're gonna rest them around where the chicken, we're gonna put our chicken legs here. We're gonna surround them with vegetables. And one of the things I like to do when you've got some of the vegetable flesh exposed is just get some oil on that right away. So we're gonna throw these in here. We know that you guys got some of this, these carrots. These aren't the greatest in the world because they're already kind of been sitting around exposed. So we're gonna get some oil on that and just some basic salt and pepper. We have different kinds of oil we use here. This is called a 5149. It's partial olive oil, partial other kinds of oils. You always want to check out your oil because if you have allergies like to peanuts or grapes or grapeseed or whatever, you want to know. This oil is from California. It's made by the Corto Paso family. They're really nice people and they grow it right here in the US. Just want to add some salt, pepper. You can use your hands. If you don't like getting oily, you can use a spoon. But you want to get all the surfaces of the vegetables nice and oiled. A straight carrot there. And then we're going to just put them around the outside of the your sheet pan. Also, if you makes it look nice because you can always just pull this right out of the oven and put a little trivet on your table and put it right on there, and then your family looks like it's Thanksgiving, only not, right? Okay, I'm going to keep this reserved oil for our salad dressing right now. While we wait for the chicken to marinate, we'll let that hang out and give my hands a little wash. Notice that none of the chicken touched where we were preparing these vegetables. It's really important to keep your chicken and your meat separate from your veg when you're preparing food. It keeps you from getting sick. Okay, so we've got a little oil in here. We're going to add a little more. Just so we can measure, we're going to put this oil right back in the marinade. It's okay there was sugar in it. It's really no big deal. This is for your salad dressing. So we also noticed that you guys got some tomatoes. They're really sweet. Okay. So we're right about at the 1 mark. Okay, now when you make a vinaigrette, that's what we're gonna make today for our salad dressing. You need to add acid to your oil, and there's different forms. Here we've staged for you some vinegars. You can see how different they are. This is a red wine vinegar. This is a balsamic vinegar from Modena, Italy. This is apple cider vinegar. And they're used for different things. A lot of times you see apple cider vinegar in slaw, or you might see balsamic in a glaze on meat. Red wine vinegar is really great for salad dressings, and we like to use it a lot. So we're gonna add a little bit of all of it. The goal here is 1/3 of this acid to 1 part oil. So we're gonna try to get this up. We're gonna see where it takes us. We're gonna add it all. And just take a look. So you can see it's settling. So we're gonna set it on the counter and get some eye. You wanna always measure liquid at the eye level. So this is looking good. There's 1 part, it's really 1/4. So we're gonna add a little lemon juice. Also really nice for the acid flavors. So we're gonna take our little seeds out. Thank you, Mike. Get some Meyer lemon juice. Meyer lemons are a little sweeter than a typical lemon. Also, you can get something like this at the dollar store. Super easy. Makes your life a lot happier. Okay, so in order to finish the salad dressing, we're again going to add salt and pepper. And in salad dressing, you know, vegetables don't have a lot of flavor, so we're going to flavor it up. We do add a hefty amount of salt. And we're going to put a little bit of Italian again, so it's really similar to what we made with the chicken. Just no sugar and no soy. And in this case, a really good emulsifier is Dijon mustard. So this holds your dressing together. You'll recognize this from the stuff you bought in the jar. When I throw in a big heaping tablespoon like that, another good thing, if you're not lactose intolerant, is to add a little Parmesan cheese. Never hurt anybody. Again, we're gonna whisk it up. And you'll start to see this dressing is taking on a characteristics that's really similar to, you know, what you might see in a cafeteria or in a buffet line. So now you've got dressing. We're obviously not going to use all this right now. You could save it in a jar in the fridge. It keeps for a really long time. It may solidify in the fridge. All you got to do is take the lid off the jar, throw it in the microwave for 10 seconds, you're good to go. So we just pulled some greens out of the fridge, you know, for our staff lunch. These greens came from Tiny Seed Farm. They're an organic farm located in the North Hills, really close to where we are right now. And Todd Wilson is the owner, and he's a young guy, cares about the environment, wanted to create an organic farm. We know you guys got some of these. These came from Jarosinski Farm, also north of here, but in Sarver. We buy a lot of our food organic. However you get your food, it's always good to eat fresh. So we're gonna use a serrated knife. That means it's got serrated right here, little edges. Great way to cut your tomatoes. Throw them right in. You could do this with any vegetable. You can even eat zucchini raw if you cut it thin enough. It's delicious. We figured you guys probably got a zucchini also. You can also add zucchini to this roasted vegetable, but remember, these are root vegetables. Zucchini grow on vines. Zucchini have a lot of water. Add them in later. Don't add them at the same time. It takes longer to cook these guys. Okay, so we've just made a really super basic salad for your family. We're gonna go ahead and in our little thing, you could do this in a bowl. It doesn't have to be a measuring cup. We just do it so you can see our proportions. We're gonna add just a little bit. Tiny bit goes a long way. And we're done. Here you got your little salad. Bam, done. Okay, so we're gonna pretend it's been 2 hours, because that's how long you should probably have the chicken in the fridge. But it's been 5 minutes. So let's get the chicken out. here's the chicken. I am putting on gloves for this one. Now, by this time, you should have your oven on, and your oven should be at 375, okay? And remember, we're cooking on commercial ovens with a lot of heat. They're gas powered. You probably have an electric oven. It's all cool. Just 375. So you want to open it up. Here you go. Here's our little chicken legs. Hanging in, hanging out. Smell great. We're going to lay them right on this sheet tray. Now, come right on over here, Mike. This, you want to turn them down. Why am I doing this? Mike, why am I doing this? Because we want the skin to cover the chicken.
So the meat doesn't dry out.
Right, so the meat doesn't dry out. And you want to kind of work that a little bit, because the more you can get your meat not to dry out, the better life is, because the oil in the marinade will certainly help. This is going to be an awesome dinner. Somebody should be making brownies right now, by the way, but we don't really do that here, so. All right, here you go. So what do you think, Mike? You think this is looking okay?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna put this in the oven on 375. Putting a little garlic on it. Nice garlic chunks on the bottom, a little sugar. It's good. Okay. Now, watch. Remember, I just touched the chicken. I'm gonna put this marinade away from everything, and I'm taking this glove right off. Because the last thing on earth you need is cross-contamination. Here you go. And now we're gonna put it in the oven. Ready? Okay, sometimes I screw up and I don't turn on the timer. It's a really good idea to turn it on. So we're gonna turn this timer on for 40 minutes. Bam. And at 40 minutes, we turn the chicken over and we'll temp it and we'll check all the vegetables, make sure they're not getting overcooked. Thanks, we'll be right back.